There's not a flaw anywhere in this house.
Yeah.
It's not every day you see one of those, dude.
Definitely not.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you know, football's on during the day. Blacking out a room like this, just, you know, turning into a cave in the middle of the day just doesn't feel right. Pretty quick got to video wall as really, it was the only solution for this space.
Nice.
The clarity. I said, I've never seen anything like it. I could watch Red Zone and 3 of the top games going on one day at the same time and not change. Have my remote do whatever I wanted to do. I said, I had no idea this existed. And we were lucky enough the next, 3 or 4 years to win a couple Super Bowls, but it was a product of the people that I had learned from and bringing it with you, the knowledge that you had. So those are some of the things that were great experiences for me.
So this is our MX40, super high end, high bit rate, best color, best everything for that one.
Multi-view, capable of all that.
Multi-view, everything. So you got the best of the best in here.
They can turn the heaters on at night when it's cool and kind of heat this space independently.
Oh, dude, the whole feel of this space is changing as these are coming down.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, welcome to Denver, Colorado. I am in the home of legendary head coach of the Denver Broncos, Mike Shanahan. With Precision Media installed this beautiful 163-inch Just Video Walls display. But there's so much more to see in this house, including audio, including design. And we also get to spend some time talking to Mike Shanahan about what this means to him and his career, and some things that you might find interesting about how his philosophy basically paved the way for a lot of coaches coming after him. So you're not gonna wanna miss this video. Come on, check it out. Oh, this is nice.
Yeah,
wow.
Beautiful.
I'm appreciating lighting already. The first thing I'm seeing though is the craftsmanship here. Like, there's not a flaw anywhere in this house.
Yeah, Mesa Properties built this place. And
They did
and built his last house as well.
Wow.
So
They did a fantastic job. Just talking about design here, I love this sort of floating ceiling, and then you've got obviously the lighting behind it.
And there's stuff going on here you don't even see. Like, we have invisible speakers all throughout.
Dude, come on.
Yeah, so this whole area is invisible speakers, so we just didn't want to interrupt the architecture.
So you just have sound without the intrusion of technology being visible in the space.
Yeah,
and so this whole area just has Sonance, I'm assuming?
Yeah, they're Sonance invisibles, yeah. And they're all through the kitchen as well. They were such a problem solver because we had so many issues getting regular speakers to line up with lights, with all the stuff going on.
Yeah.
Invisible speakers just take care of all that. First of all, shades on all the windows, which are really cool. There's a cloud set up here, so you don't even see them until they come down, so they're completely invisible for the most part.
Oh, that's great.
So you can, privacy and everything in this space. This is a cool setup here. One of my favorite things that came out last year was the glare-free TVs from Samsung.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's so much light in here. There's so much, coming in from windows, then at night, all the fixtures. This TV reflects none of that. So the fact that you could stand here and not see the windows.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know why it took so long in the industry to get there, but matte finish is definitely my preferred way to go.
Because it's how your video walls are.
Absolutely, yep. Yeah, and then so tell me about the sound here on this setup. Looks like you've got kind of a custom looking sound bar.
Yeah, just big custom LCR soundbar here.
Oh, nice.
Okay. We've got 2 JL in-wall 8-inch subs, and those things they hit so hard, they slam.
JL, always been a great name in the industry. Car audio and home audio, especially with subs. There's something about their subs, dude. I don't know what it is.
They have some magic that nobody else seems to have.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Tell me about how the lighting was designed in this room specifically.
Well, it's all controlled by Lutron, so it brings it all together. Simple, easy to use keypads in the walls, which are controlling not just lighting, but shades and heaters and fireplaces and all that stuff too. So
nice.
It's all about getting rid of the wall clutter. But yeah, it's just a really warm and welcoming space. And yeah, there's just, this whole house is filled with really special light fixtures. It's pretty unique from that standpoint.
It's not every day you see one of those, dude.
Definitely not.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible. This is a cool room though. And I like the design appeal, as far as the texture on the walls. We have art on the frame TV here, which matches the feel of the room. And then we also have art over there, which matches the same sort of vibe. This looks like a great space to get some work done.
Yeah. Exactly. Some shades and lighting control and
Yeah.
all that.
Now you do have speakers in here too, and these are more of your typical architectural.
Yeah, these are
approach.
Shanahan's VX.
Looking at these, right? So this is not a circular grill like what you see very often with in-ceiling speakers. This is a different style, which matches. It kind of feels like it matches more of the.
Yeah, matches light fixtures, and any of their speakers you can go from round to square.
So that's great.
Yeah, if you want to follow me now, we got a wicked cool outdoor space. All right, so the outdoor patio space is really cool here.
Oh man.
First of all, Mike is very into his TVs.
Oh yeah, great view out here. We've got a pickleball court down here, which is nice.
Yeah.
What's this used for? How do they use this space?
Entertaining. The idea too was that they could be able to use this room more of the year, not just in the summer.
Okay.
So on top of the audio video, we'll get to that, but we got some really cool outdoor shades that block in this entire space.
I'm noticing that. Okay.
And they have
here we go.
also kind of intentionally a tight weave to them so that they actually act as an insulator, so they can turn the heaters on at night when it's cool and kind of heat this space independently.
Oh, dude, the whole feel of this space is changing as these are coming down.
Yep.
Wow. So the lighting's different now, right? Because before we had, sun coming in. Now your fixtures up in the ceiling are lighting the space, making it really nice and cozy in here. We got the fire.
Yep.
This is a nice space out
Two
here.
outdoor TVs, so Samsung terraces. We have speakers throughout and a JL in-ceiling sub in the corner. So it bumps out here. That little guy in the corner.
Oh, over here.
It doesn't look like much, but it hits hard.
Yeah. So, and then you have also, I'm noticing you have some built-in heaters.
Yep. Those
in the
are
ceiling as well.
all controlled from the Lutron system as well.
Yeah. So being that we're in Colorado, we've got, some cold weather from time to time. Right. Not right now, but during the winter months, it gets pretty cold.
Yep.
So you can lower these shades down and trap that heat in, is what you're saying.
Yep.
And you did that intentionally with the material that you chose, so it's a little bit tighter.
Yep.
But you can still see through it.
Yeah, it still provides a view.
That's awesome.
I know what you've been waiting for.
Oh yes.
Been holding out on you.
Yes.
Let's go downstairs.
All right, let's see it, man. Let's do it.
Let's see the real reason you're here. Here we are, Skylar.
Oh wow, man. Oh, this is big.
It's a beast.
How big is this?
163 inches. So this is a 1.2 pixel pitch, your newest flip chip technology and all that.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful all around. Did some really discreet but really high performance audio in this room.
Okay.
So if you want, I can walk you through that a little bit.
Yes, please.
So first of all, you always got to figure out how you're doing your LCR, right? With the video wall.
So left and center and right channel audio for the front stage.
Yep. So our creative solution to that on this was these custom made speakers.
Oh wow.
With horns. Now it looks the same on each side, but what you got here is this is the center channel and it's matched over there. And then this is the left channel and that's the right channel.
Okay, so you actually have a separate center channel, but it's kind of a phantom center channel, I guess.
So it ends up mirroring to there. So you end up actually hearing the voices from the center of the screen.
Interesting. So your left and your right are those sides, and then your center are these here.
Yep. We had these built with a custom 15-degree angle on them, so that the sound is bringing you right back to the sweet spot.
It's right for the main listening position here.
Yeah. Okay. These custom-made grills to kind of finish out the side walls.
That's really nice.
Yep. JL's monster 13.5-inch in walls. So there's a huge enclosure in the wall here. It's hanging from a pipe, so they're completely disconnected from anything. They're not touching anything.
So it's isolated
from
all the rest of the structure and everything.
So we don't get any vibration issues.
I guess that's the real question is when you have that, the 13.5 and it being JL, those guys put out some serious movement, right? So that solves it. They solve that by hanging it in the structure and it's not actually touching anything.
Exactly.
Interesting. So you've got one on this side, one over here.
Yep, we want a symmetrical look too.
Yep,
but
that's nice.
Two subs is always better than one in it.
Yeah, it's a very architectural look. I kind of like that about the stuff that y'all are doing. You do have the option of sometimes putting, tower speakers in a room, right? Which you have some great ones at the showroom.
Yep.
But then, you also have sort of the more hidden architectural feel, which is kind of the vibe I'm getting from this house.
Yeah, and that's the vibe more often, for sure.
Onto the video wall here. Tell me about the performance of this video wall in this room. And this is 600 nits, right?
Yes. Mike's a big sports guy, obviously.
Yeah.
The initial conversation was like, yeah, we want a big TV projector probably, and quickly that was not going to work. football's on during the day.
Right.
Blacking out a room like this, just, turning into a cave in the middle of the day just doesn't feel right. So we pretty quick got to video wall as it was the only solution for this space.
Nice.
So now it doesn't
and
matter.
you've got a really nice looking chandelier here that matches all the great lighting features in the rest of the home. Putting a projector and hanging that in the room on the other side, or even trying to put like a pocket over there would just be
It's all is bad in every possible way.
Right. But this looks really nice, and I'm standing in front of it, and there's no shadow puppets, which is good
It's
too.
got the matte finish too, which is big with the windows, because any regular TV, you just get all you see is reflection of windows and light fixtures.
And
you
wow,
get none
look
of
at
that
the color, dude. That's crazy. How is he using? You said sports. Like, what are some of the other things that he's using on this wall?
Yeah, so he loves his red zone, that's for sure. And it's multi-screen, so he loves having all his games up, and so he can switch between them. So we have Savant controlling the whole house, of course. So everything, lighting, shades, fireplaces, heaters, audio, video, you name it. And this whole room.
Everything.
Everything.
Okay.
So it's nice and easy for them. So they can use handheld remotes like this. They can use their phone. They can use iPads. It all works the same on any of those. So I'm just going to select Kaleidoscape, for example, and we'll pull that up here. And that's what really gives you that movie experience, because you're not streaming anymore. You're pulling everything off the local drive, lossless, highest bit rates possible.
There we go.
And it makes such a difference. When you're streaming, you're watching cable, satellite, doesn't matter. No matter what you're doing, you're getting a compressed version of the content that you're watching, because they don't have the bandwidth to pipe that into the house.
Right.
What it is. So Kaleidoscape, everything on here is downloaded to its local server. So you buy the content, downloads it, but it's at the highest bit rate that's humanly possible. So you're getting 100% of that signal that exists there. What we find is that, yes, it makes a big difference on video, but it makes an even bigger difference on audio.
Nice.
Because with audio, most people don't have a system like this in their house. So when those algorithms are written to compress that, they're stealing so much from the audio to make the video look okay, because everybody has a 4K TV.
Right.
But you don't notice that if you have a sound bar. Like, you're not going to hear that difference, but a room like this, you'll hear that difference.
Yeah.
Big time.
You mentioned Mike likes to watch sports. So you pulled up, this is just YouTube TV, right? Coming from the Apple TV straight into the processor. What's nice here is because of the size of this wall, we've got like 75-inch TVs?
Yeah, like 475s or
something like that, 65s or 75s.
Something like that, yeah.
Right? So sitting in a room like this is actually a really cool way to do sports.
Usable.
You can track things, and sometimes there's commercials on some displays. I think a lot of people, when they see stuff like this, they're like, oh, ADD nightmare, you know what I mean? Like, how do you pay attention to that? Well, you don't. Like, there's usually one primary, and then you're just keeping track of scores, and when one's on a commercial, there's other stuff to watch. So I can imagine Mike just loving the heck out of this.
This is what he loves to do, and this is for sports people. This is what it's all about, and these big walls too.
Yeah.
So
Mike, thanks so much for letting us in your beautiful home here. We're standing in front of the Just Video walls that we've put in with precision. You've got great heritage in the NFL. Obviously, you were with the Denver Broncos. 2 Super Bowls in your belt.
Yeah, 96, 97, 97, 98. Those years right in there. Yeah.
So that was back to back.
Yeah, we had the back-to-back, 97, 98.
Yeah, and you had John Elway.
John Elway.
Yeah. So that's pretty good heritage there, man. So thank you so much for letting us in to chat through it with you.
Thank you.
Yeah. What has shifted for you, like, in your experience as you see new and upcoming, coaches coming into the scene, and what the NFL is doing now compared to your experience when you were coaching?
Well, start out at the collegiate level. I was there for 10 years. And so anytime you're with different colleges for 10 years, you experience a lot of different things. But at that time, you mentioned VCRs and DVDs. That's what you used. And it was so hard to splice film, put things together, sacks, touchdown passes, just be able to take a film and separate it into maybe the best runs, the worst runs, different things that you do throughout. We could not do that at the collegiate level. And what you could do is it would take you maybe 3 months in the off season to put a good tape together. Now it takes them maybe 5 minutes to put that same tape together, or less than that. And it's really been fun to watch. And what you guys have done with this, it's been fun for me to take a look now at the NFL, go through all the different teaching tapes you have, especially with my son being with the 49ers. I've had a chance to see over the last decade on the strides the NFL has made. It's just unbelievable. They can do something in 5 minutes and with the clarity, with the precision that you just can't believe that somebody can do so quickly and with so much quality. So it's been a lot of fun to watch, to watch it grow.
You obviously have been extremely successful at building incredible teams, that become champions. And I can't, not miss the crossover that applies to business with that, because we're building teams too. What advice would you give me or any other business owner about how to build a successful team?
My son came with me in Washington, back in, what year was that? Now when I start thinking about it, it's been a while ago. But when he came with me to Washington, one of the things was interesting. He says, what do I do? Who do you want to hire? I said, I want to hire somebody that loves football. They want to be an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator and eventually a head coach, but they want to be the best at what they do. And I said, I want guys that would work for nothing, but they're looking for the opportunity eventually to be a head coach. If you can find that guy that's hungry, you got a chance to get a guy that would be very good at what he's doing. And that's what we're able to do. We got guys on the first coaching staff was because of my son. He brought in a guy he said, John McVay, I had him with me over at Tampa Bay, and he's really good. And I said, well, I know his dad. John McVay was his grandfather. And I think we all know what some of the things Sean McVay has done. And then all of a sudden I bring a guy like Matt LaFleur and his son Mike. They were working as graduate assistants over at Houston when Kyle was there. So he started bringing all these guys, and we wind up getting 6, 7, 8 guys that are eventually head coaches in the NFL.
Wow.
Just because of coming in and learning the base things and hiring the guys who were very hungry to be successful and just wanted a chance to learn from the best. And it was kind of fun to have those guys be part of the organization.
Yeah, that's something I've noticed, on your team, Brian. I mean, like Cameron's sitting over here in the corner on screensaver control for us. But, as we were coming in here, we were looking at the rack, which, we'll look at in the rest of this video. But, Cameron was over there and I'm looking at it and he's got all the labels for everything. You know where everything is, like even the power strip is labeled. And it's just like, to me, it seems, and I think we talked about this last night too, it's like your ability to hire for precision is just as important as, what hiring decisions are made when you're in a high performance league like the NFL.
When you get a chance to be around good people, you learn. And when you learn, you got a chance for that business to succeed and for you to have a chance to succeed as well. So it's been fun. First time I went to San Francisco was in 92, 93, 94. Some of the things you learn that I learned from San Francisco that I never learned before, especially after being at Denver. I said, man, if you don't win and you don't get the big one, you're not going to be around very long. And we had, we lost 3 Super Bowls in a 4-year time frame. And then all of a sudden after going to San Francisco, I'm going, I can see why they have won 5 Super Bowls. They do things differently. And then I could go with them, but a lot of things we did different, or they did differently that I never knew about. And so after being 3 years there and coming back to Denver, and we were lucky enough the next, 3 or 4 years to win a couple of Super Bowls, but it was a product of the people that I had learned from. And by hiring the best people, learning from the best people, and bringing it with you, the knowledge that you had. So those are some of the things that were great experiences for me.
Yeah, I think, to maybe put it bluntly, like you can have the best talent in the world, right? But unless they're of the right mindset or they have the experience and training from other people in the industry, like it's not even going to help. Yeah. You got to have all the right people in place, not just raw talent. I'd like to know how you use the space a little bit. What is your envision for the video wall and kind of how are you using it?
All I know is, since I've been to your place, the clarity, I said I've never seen anything like it. And then when I saw the screens, I said I could watch, ESPN, I could watch Red Zone, and 3 of the top games going on one day at the same time and not change. Have my remote do whatever I wanted to do. I said, I had no idea this existed, especially with the clarity that you guys have. I talk to people that I know. I talked to a guy like Rick Watkins. I said, Rick, you got to let me know. I said, I have no idea, but you deal with these guys. And I said, you've been doing this for decades. Tell me the people that I can trust. Because if I can't trust somebody, I can't hire somebody. And you find very quickly that you can trust precision, and thank you for doing what you've been able to do.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy if you look behind the screen and how it's made up. And I just shook my head. I said, no wonder the clarity and the sound is so good, because you can see all the work that has been done to be able to put something like this together. And actually, it was really exciting, and I can see why you guys got a heck of a business.
I'm excited to see the rest of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we got more to show you.
Mike,
thank you.
appreciate your time.
Thank
Mike,
you.
thanks for everything.
My pleasure.
Okay, so tell me about some of like the connectivity behind this. I want to get into that. Like, obviously this house has a ton of technology in it. Where does this all go, and where does it come from?
Well, our racks are nearby. We'll go check those out shortly.
Okay.
One important aspect to always consider in an installation like this is power. So,
Yes.
at a minimum, you should surge protect something like this. So while just to protect the investment, we have a 10 kilowatt isolation transformer UPS. That UPS is big enough and powerful enough to run this wall and all the electronics in the house.
Wow.
So everything is protected on another level because of that isolation transformer too.
That's great. Yeah. So if I understand correctly, that's taking, city power, house power, or whatever, and sort of like cleaning it up,
Yeah.
right? But then you also have backup involved with that as well, right? So
Yeah.
if there's anything that can happen, like surge that comes through or whatever, like your investment is protected because you've put the proper infrastructure on the back end.
Yeah, these
Right.
are very special UPSs. These are not your normal UPS that most people think of, like they throw on their computer.
Yeah.
24 hours a day, the power runs through the battery and back out.
Yeah.
And that's how it's cleaned and converted and all that. Unlike a normal UPS that just doesn't do anything 99% of the time and sits there until power goes out. And it clicks
Nice. Yeah.
So-
Can we go see where this is located?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right down the hall.
Awesome. Oh, yes. This is big time right here, Brian.
on. Yeah.
First of all, I also appreciate this room that we're in, because this is kind of like the headroom of the house, right?
Yep.
The first thing I notice offhand, Kaleidoscape. I know that.
Yeah,
I know that.
you know
so
that.
I at least got
You don't
that.
know much, but you know
right?
that.
Yeah. And then I got the video all processor.
Yep.
So this is our MX40, super high end,
Yep.
high bit rate, best color, best everything for that one.
Multi-view, capable of all that.
Multi-view, everything. So you got the best of the best in here.
Yeah, here's all the IP video distribution stuff happening.
Okay.
here.
So all the TVs that we were seeing, like outside and up in the house, like those are distributed here.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Here's our Macintosh amplifier receiver for the whole video wall media room.
Nice.
This is the big JL sub amp that drives those two monster in walls.
Oh man.
Yeah. Then we got some stuff upstairs. You'll see 3 other JL audio amps because we have subs all over the place.
Right, like the outdoor
Yeah,
space.
we
we
have
just
2
came from.
outdoor,
Yep.
and 2 different patios, and another 2 in the gray room. Just a whole lot of Sonance DSP amplification here, which is really important because we have a whole lot of invisible in this house.
Right.
So invisible speakers, Sonance has built-in EQ curves for those. So literally, for us, it's as simple as like, okay, I just select that model of speaker, and it's got the whole EQ built in. It protects the speaker,
Wow.
everything, and also makes it sound as good as it possibly can.
Specifically for that physical speaker, like they have a curve already built for it.
Yeah, so
Nice.
invisible, small aperture, those higher end speakers, it's important to have DSP behind them.
Right.
So yeah, then we're getting into all the Savant control here. Like I said, we got a ton of cameras in this property, so big NVR
Yes.
running all of that. And, I like Ubiquity's pretty little switches.
Yeah, this is really nice. I like this a lot.
Yeah. Well, first of all, coming back here, here's all the Lutron lighting panels.
Yes. Now this is powering and controlling all the lighting in the house,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Okay, so it's centralized here instead of having like, the switches be where things are actually switched. Those are just control and communication.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
And then we got Lutron shading panels here because we got a ton of shades throughout this
Yep.
house. There's actually more than that. And this is our pretty intense security system.
Wow.
All built into that, those 3 panels there. So
That's big time.
Yep.
This is super clean.
yeah, we got all of our rebootable circuits here too. So every device in this rack is on a rebootable circuit.
Okay.
So if they ever have an issue with something, they can actually self-heal their own system with the little app, and
Yeah.
and we can do it easily remotely, and it just saves service calls. It's so much easier.
So you don't actually have to come physically unplug and plug it back in. You can do it within the Wattbox app.
Yep.
You know what's great too? I love you've even labeled each one of these power supplies here.
Yep.
It's just so thorough, dude. It's great.
You have to.
I love it. Incredible work, man. This
Thank
is
you.
awesome.
There's a lot of cool outdoor stuff here. This is a really, really neat place from that standpoint. We've got some
Okay.
cool tech. You know, we have amazing sound. So follow me.
Let's do it.
Hey, Bo.
Hey, Bo. You're just waiting to get in trouble, aren't you? Huh?
So really cool space. Naturally, we have some killer audio once again. So we got like 4 Sonan speakers up here. We got another JL in ceiling sub, which is nicely, discreetly tucked in the corner.
Perfect.
And a super scary outdoor camera that's
It's watching. It's tracking.
auto tracking us.
Oh, that's good.
And alerting the security team.
There you go.
So literally, it just slams out here. It sounds really good.
Nice.
And once you want to move yourself beyond this patio area,
Okay.
we have a Sonance LS landscape system that covers the entire perimeter.
All the way around.
So whether you're hanging out at the pickleball court, having fun there, or even just throwing the football around.
Yeah, man.
So
Well, hey, you know what, Brian? Like, can't say I am surprised because every home that I've seen you guys do has just been to this level, and it's always the same attention to detail and perfection that we have come to know and love from Precision. And obviously, your homeowners and your clients are feeling the same way about you guys as well. So we're just super proud of you and thankful to be included on such a cool project.
thanks for being such an important part of it. Like, this house is so cool in so many ways, but that's the star of the show.
Yeah.
Question.
Well, I feel like we can't leave this house without throwing the football around.
It would feel weird.
Yeah. Let's go do it, man.
All right, man.
Thank you so much for watching our videos and being here with us on our channel. Technology like this and walls like this are not something that's just super easy to do or to convey to the market, but having friends and dealers like Precision Media just makes it that much easier. And I'd like to take a minute to just invite you, if you haven't already, to subscribe to our channel. It really means a lot and it helps us a lot for you to do that. Thank you.